What's good, superstars? Back with another Veve video. You got Superstar Joe. You got Superstar Rob in the building. How's it going, Rob?
Pretty good, you?
How you like that? How you like that? Guys, if you're new here, do not forget, become a superstar. Smash the subscribe button down below. Hit the bell notification so you know whenever we post about your favorite project. You can also become a super VIP. $2.99 a month. Hit the join button under the video. Get one of these stars next to your name. Level up through the stars. Get more entries into the giveaways. Giveaways are every single month. You want to talk to us? Talk to us on X. Talk to us on Instagram in the DMs. Join the Discord. You can talk to us. You can talk to the rest of the superstars about any of the projects that we're in, any of the projects that you're in. We'll open up channels there. You guys can have conversations. There's always people talking in the Discord, 24/7 worldwide Discord. Lots of fun happening there. You can also enter the giveaways on our Discord under the Superstar Utility Program tab. Rob, how's it going?
It's going great, guys. Discord is definitely how we run all our giveaways. Please join. It's an amazing Discord. There's so much going on. The rest of Superstar Nation, their best nation in the world, make sure you join the Discord.
Yeah, and again, the big news of the day, we got Blackpink coming to Fortnite. We all know that is the biggest news of the day. I'm just joking, but shout out to Collectors Gone Digital for finding out that link. Dropping at the same time. Is Blackpink just making their announcements all at the same time, dropping all their digital stuff at the same time? What is the reasoning behind that? I'd love to hear that in the comments from you guys, but yeah, very cool to see Fortnite drop happening at the same time here.
By the way, Joel, before we move on here, I will put in my 2 cents. I really think that it's coordinated by Blackpink on their side, that they must have some kind of like digital strategy, and it's just too coincidental that Fortnite did it the exact same time that Veve did it. So I feel like they've coordinated that on their end now, so everything comes in one shot for some promotional purposes.
Yeah, it's definitely not a reactionary thing by Fortnite, because obviously their user base is like hundreds of millions of people. So I mean, this is a little drop in the bucket. I mean, comparing it to NFTs and in general, the Web3 space, doesn't seem that they're interested in it yet. But it does, like Rob said, look like they might be doing a digital press or digital push, seeing how it goes for the band by trying it out in a couple different platforms. So that's pretty cool. I'm going to show off the news here for just a second. Let me make it a little bit bigger. So first things first, there is a giveaway of a 7-night stay at Disney's Old Key West, thanks to the Gold Dragon Club. Ways to enter: owning a Starboy, owning a Gold Dragon, or burning 1,500 OMI to get one entry. Anything more than that, multiples of that, you're going to get more than one entry. It's a wild giveaway. If you own a Starboy and a Gold Dragon, you can get 40 entries. And this is going to be happening June 7th. The trip is from August 9th to August 16th. What kind of generosity is this by Turtle Golf and Mike Cat 4 from the Gold Dragon Club? If you want utility, the Gold Dragon on Veve is by far, at least in my opinion, the most utility that you're going to get.
Man, Turtle Golf, Mike Cat 4, some of the most generous guys in space. Like, this is, remember we talked about heroes and villains of the Veve community? I can tell you right now, these guys are heroes. I think they're like superheroes though, okay? So we talked about the heroes, but these guys are another level superheroes, what they're doing. I've never seen anybody give away this kind of utility just for their favorite collectible. So guys, make sure you support them. And yeah, definitely join if you can join.
They're always coming up with great ideas too. I know Guido is really smart guy, and he's always thinking about possibilities, what if scenarios. We might have to do a what if thing on the channel here and there. Maybe it's a little series of what could happen if certain things happen with Veve and Veve Collectibles. So might be coming down the pipeline. Stay tuned for that. Diamond putting out some more stats. If you guys didn't see, there was a Turning Red Volume 1 limited edition on Disney Pinnacle. Very minimal amount sold. 355 pins sold. Expires tomorrow. And it shows you how many. If you want to know the data on Disney Pinnacle, and it's not directly from Disney Pinnacle, Diamond NFL must follow on Twitter, must follow on Flipside Crypto. You're going to get all the details that you need from him. He is genius. Absolute genius. Everybody in the Flow ecosystem knows who Diamond is. That's how much of a genius he is. We've talked to different projects on Flow. Everybody knows who Diamond is because he's putting in work and helping spread the good word of the Flow blockchain, and could be a better guy.
He's the real deal. The way he's able to actually, mine the blockchain, get data, and actually provide this data for the communities. He's the real deal. And I think that more companies in the Flow environment should be reaching out to him and begging him or paying him to build these for them because it's just another level. And I think as the community, we need this data to help make better decisions.
True professional right there. Grail Game. They don't stop either. They're doing some physical giveaways, not giveaways, physical mystery boxes with some sports cards now. So if you're into sports cards, we know a lot of people collect cards. This is another way to enter into some of those Grail cards. Looks like they got a LeBron James draft card there, Barry Sanders rookie cards, a bunch of other great ones in this little set here. So if it's something that you're into, we got Shohei Ohtani in there as well. Just incredible stuff that they're able to get their hands on. And you have a chance to get these things by participating in their drops. If you do join, we're ambassadors over there as well. Use this code Superstar500. You will get 500 coins additional to any deposit that you make to allow you to go for more than one drop or option or whatever, depending on what box you're going for.
Yeah, and these are the Grail Games. They keep it fresh, even though they have a very limited supply of what they offer. They find ways to come up with new drops time and time again. And if you're a physical collector, I don't see why you wouldn't be interested in this game. So make sure you guys check it out and let us know how it is.
We got more coming to Flick Play, some more Bratz drops coming. So these digital glasses will be wearable in the future, but who knows if they'll be available by the time that happens. There are 4 digital sunglasses available. They're having more drops. Basically, they're continuing their partnership with Bratz on Flick Play. And obviously the TikTok of NFTs, digital collectible, you can bring in NFTs into Flick Play. They're trying to give social scores to the NFTs in there. So, I mean, I think you got to watch out for Flick Play. I think they're going to have a lot of fun things coming.
Yeah, and I think accessories is something that I think every digital collectible company wants to get involved in. And associating the accessories with the characters themselves. I'm not sure if they're going to have that functionality off of day one, but you can at least buy the accessory. I don't know if you can merge them yet, but you can tell from this sneak peek that at least they're trying to push the envelope towards that.
Yeah, very cool. McFarlane, they dropped a huge bombshell today. Actually, this one was almost going to be the video today. Just waiting for a little bit more details on this, but UFC is going to McFarlane. This is actually the first time that they're going to have physical toys with UFC. So they didn't have physical UFC collectibles before. So not only is it a big partnership for them on the digital side, it's also a big partnership on the physical side. And maybe the digital side was part of the reason that UFC wanted to be part of this partnership. I mean, why didn't they do it to this point? Now they're doing it. And we know that they've had a successful time with the physicals, with all the other sports. They've had NHL, they've had NFL figurines that were very successful. A lot of people collect those. And now looking like we're going to have some digital UFC toys. So it's going to be a lot of fun to see how this plays out.
Well, this is where McFarlane's really flexing on their size and their recognized name. They've been in the toy industry for decades. Everybody knows McFarlane Toys. They have so many connections with all these large companies. They're already into sports on the toy side, so it doesn't surprise me at all that they're able to go and tap into UFC and get this partnership. And I think UFC fans are people who would be willing to buy these extremely high quality digital collectibles that McFarlane makes. And the whole NFT aspect may be a very attractive thing for those UFC fans. So it already exists. We know there's already UFC NFTs out there, but curious to see how they perform on McFarlane. So we'll watch this and we'll keep you guys updated with any new news that comes out.
Yeah, and I think the other thing that's really cool about any partnership that McFarlane does, again, to your point, that they have the ongoing toy company, is that this doesn't necessarily mean it's a one and done. It probably won't be a one and done. They'd have a manufacturing of toys. Like they can just keep doing this and pumping out drop after drop after drop, not just a one-time digital release. It could be different fighters, different stuff happening, and they can just continue to do it because they have that machine already built. So very big news for the digital space. If they're going to continue to push out digitals that people can pick up in a store and then get ties back to digital and bring some interest in that way. So McFarlane doing their part to help push the space.
That's what's unique about McFarlane, though. The core business is actually physical first, then digital. We're used to following companies where the core business is digital, and you're lucky if you get the physical add-on. So they're coming from a whole different approach. They're coming from a whole different background. Of course, they have the history. The company has been operating for a long time. They don't need the digital, but they're going to push the digital space anyways. So they're a very interesting company to continue to watch to see how things develop.
Yeah. Shout out to Double Quill. Obviously, we retweet all of her blogs every single Sunday. We love them. Great, entertaining pieces. She's trying to get to 400 on Twitter or X, whatever you call it. She calls it Twix. That gives you her sarcasm and her funny remarks right there. She's calling it Twix. But definitely go help her get to her goal. I'm not sure if she's there already. This was posted a couple days ago. Just saw Women by Veve posting it up today, so retweeted that out. Let's get her to 400 at least. She should be at 4,000 for how much fun her blogs are and the efforts that she's putting in every week.
She puts in the work. She's going to get that 400. I have full faith.
Yeah. Also, speaking of other women in the space, we got Metamona, who had a great roundtable today. If you guys didn't check it out, it's linked on our page here. You can go check it out on her page, whatever you want to do. But she had founders of all of the metaverses that are being built, the long-term metaverses. We've seen the Sandbox. She has the CEO from there. She had the Decentraland. She has the Futureverse on there as well. So there's a bunch of different CEOs roundtable. Great discussion. Go check it out. It's her and Andrew Wall again having another roundtable of CEOs. And I don't know how they put this together and they get all these high-profile execs on there, but kudos to her and kudos to them for putting on great roundtables for everybody here to enjoy.
Well, of course, she's very well connected. She does a very good job. I mean, she asks questions that everybody wants to know. She asks questions that people don't want her to ask because they have their own selfish reasons. So Metamona is willing to do whatever it takes to get answers for things that she personally believes doesn't make sense. And she does an amazing job. So it doesn't surprise me she was able to do this heavyweight Metaverse CEO roundtable. I never saw it. I haven't seen any of this, but I'd be very curious to watch it. We've done a few videos on the Futureverse. We know the whole Ready Player One aspect of the Metaverse is something that excites people. So, and this is exactly what these Metaverse CEOs are trying to achieve. So it'd be very interesting to see what they have to say.
The fact that they're all getting in the same room and talking about the space means that hopefully in the background, they're doing the same thing, right? Talking and figuring out ways to connect everybody together. Yeah. All right. And then the last thing here I want to show off, and this is kind of leading into the meat and potatoes of the video. Obviously, we're going to talk about upcoming Blackpink Drop, the dynamics, the details, all that stuff. This right here is more than anything. This is what Veve needs. This is exactly what we've been hoping for in terms of a marketing aspect from Veve. Having official celebrities type influencers. This is a major star in the space. K-pop, 78 million followers. She's sharing the drop on her Twitter page. This is exactly what we need to see to get some traction, hopefully, because people trust when they see the legitimate source talking about a drop. That's how I got into Veve. That's how Rob got into Veve. We've seen Disney tweet about Veve way back when, in the time long ago in 2021. We saw the Disney tweet that legitimized it for us. We said Disney would never rug us, and that's what got us to put our first dollar into the app. So, I mean, this is what is needed for legitimacy, especially when you're going after major IP where everybody thinks everything is a scam, especially nowadays when NFTs have such a bad rap. If they're able to continue this type of marketing up with the other girls, and maybe Blackpink continues to push it this way, obviously, I feel like there will be a good potential for new users to come into the app.
Yeah, I think that with 76 million on Instagram followers, that's no joke. I'm not really into K-pop. I'll be honest with you guys. I didn't really know about Blackpink before now. I know Joe did a reaction video to them on YouTube a while ago. So I just learned about this, but I can respect that the star power that comes from any of these, K-pop bands, high-end singers, popular singers. We know how crazy their fans are. So it's definitely a good thing for Veve. One thing we have to give respect to Veve for is they do a really good job bringing in IP. They remain the kings of IP. They have done an incredible job bringing in IP from all different walks of life, all different places in the world. And they just did it right now with Blackpink. The only thing I'd say, Joe, is that when you look at this and you see these collectible drops, it reminds me a lot of I keep going back to my drop shot project where it was an NHL. My team's the Toronto Maple Leafs, and they weren't the only ones on that platform. There were other NHL teams there as well. And you bought these NFTs and you had high hopes that they would honor some kind of utility for these NFTs, and they didn't do anything with it. And I'll be honest with you, like a lot of the people, like we're deep. Me and you are deep into the NFT space, so it affects us a little bit different. But the people that I know that weren't, and they bought them because they were just fans, they really said, "Why would I ever spend money on this ever again? It literally does nothing for me. I buy it and it just stays in my wallet." And I have some concerns that these new users, even if these new users do come in because of the recommendations of Blackpink, they're going to help promote it and they're going to do this marketing. What's going to keep them here? And I think this is something that maybe we got to go dig a little bit deeper. And you got some examples that we can go through. But that's the only thing I'd have to say about that. In terms of the marketing, I think the marketing is something that we've seen very limited amounts of Veve. Veve has not done a good job over the last 2 years marketing well. The Disney tweet was probably the biggest thing that they've done, the most effective thing that they've done. And I'm sure if you go back, it was a crazy time. Obviously, there was insane amount of new users. I think that her tweeting this is going to definitely be an important event for Veve. If all 4 of them can do this, even better, because I think that will be the best way to market this, is that the fans themselves are obviously following her. So if she's getting the word out, that is by far the best way to market this. And it's too bad more licensors don't do this to promote their collectibles on Veve.
Yeah, I mean, especially this is more personal. I feel like Jisoo going out and actually talking about the drop, even though it's on the story, not on the main post, it's good. It links to Veve. It's bringing people into the page. And now, like you mentioned, once they get here, what are they going to do? Are they going to shop the drop? They might look around. They might see, what am I getting for this? I think, like I said earlier in a previous video, it was a great opportunity to get them exclusive access to something, even if it was a T-shirt, even if it was anything. A song, I think, is hard, as a far reach. I think it takes time and production and all the stuff to have an exclusive song. But I think when it comes to something exclusive, I feel like it's something that people would have maybe been more into if they had a chance to get anything exclusive. I mean, we'll see. We're gonna find out now if new users, if new people enjoy collecting digitally taken AR pictures. That's going to be the story of this entire drop, because this girl's tweeting it. She's putting the eyeballs on the app. This is great for bringing people into the app. Now, can Veve keep the people there? We're going to find out. And the first way we're going to find out is through the drop, which we can go through quickly right here. The first drop coming is actually Jisoo, who we just saw there, right? So she's just talking about the Veve drop. So maybe as the other ones come out, maybe we'll see more advertising, which would be very, very cool. And hopefully they do. But let's go through the dynamics of the drop. So there are different poses. There's no animation, doesn't look like, no music, doesn't look like, but there are different poses. So, and these are all related to Pink Venom, which is a song from their Born Pink album, which came out in 2022, which is kind of in line with when they did that advertisement for Veve 2 years ago. Everybody found the video, or they announced the video, and then people found out that video was filmed 2 years ago. That's because that's kind of when that album came out that this whole drop is around. So kind of weird that it came out so late. Like I wish it would have come out when the album was fresh. Obviously, a lot more hype around it, and people go. But maybe it just does take that long for these kind of deals to go through and have all the I's dotted and T's crossed. But anyway, there are 4 of them, and they're up there in price and edition size as well, I would say. So the most common is $40 and 2,890 editions. Then you got the next one. They're all dropping the same day, same time. $45, 2,390 editions. And then you got this one here for like laughing. This one's $50 and 1,850 editions. And then this one here, she's shouting, and it's $60 and 1,140 editions. So, Rob, what are your first thoughts on the prices and the edition sizes?
So my first thought was that this is super high mints, and the market caps on these are also super high. So, like, for example, let's just go to that top one there, Joe. What's the listed price? Was it 50? Was it
40?
Sorry, it was 40 times the number of mints, which was 28.90. Yeah. So we're looking at 115,000 market cap, which it's not like Veve hasn't been able to sell out this kind of market cap before. It's just, I don't know how I feel in today's market conditions, especially this IP, as popular as it is. We don't really know yet the conversion of new users coming in to buy these things. So when I first look at this, if I had to guess, if there was no other utility with the airdrop and the crafting, I would say that it may struggle to sell out. I think Veve did a really smart thing, though, if we could continue down an article with the crafting, but I'll let you just jump in first before we talk about it.
I think they're going to sell out the first girl for sure. I think Jisoo is going to sell out. And then I think the lag period between the drops will let us know about future drops selling out or not. But I think you're right. I think the chase and the crafting might be incentivizing people to do it because they are so scarce, and we'll get to that. So let us see here as we continue down. If you collect all 4, which means that you will be spending, I think it was 195 gems when we added up.
Yes.
It was 60 plus 50, that's 110, plus 45, that's 155, plus 40, yeah, 195.
Right.
And that gets you this card. So it's a free craft, but you're spending 195 at least minimum, because you might have to go into, you probably will have to go into secondary market to get the others. Because they're I don't know. I think since they're all dropping at the same time, a lot of people are going to go for the scarcest one and then work their way backwards. I think the first one's selling out. So if that does happen, probably not everybody's going to get every single one from the box. And if that is the case, then this could cost you over 200 gems just to get this card, which has your signature on it digitally, front and back. There's 2,390 of them, which would be matching the common variant, right?
Yeah, looking back in the past, and this is exactly, I'll just continue my thought from before. So again, when I first saw this group, if there was no utility at all, I would be unsure about it. But now that I see that this utility is going to be here, we know from past drops, it's almost like jet fuel for a lot of these drops.
Yeah.
A little bit of utility. People are so desperate for any utility that just you add something like this, and it changes the entire dynamic of the drop, because now you're going to have people saying, okay, I got to buy all 4. I'm going to go for this airdrop. And you have the whole speculation flipping game going on now with this airdrop. And then you do the calculation with if I sell off the ones I just bought and how I can get the return. But they don't stop there. They keep going with the utility. So this thing is super important, because if you have it, if you scroll down and you spend another 20 gems, you can craft one of 2 collectibles. So you go over it now, Joe.
So you got this one, which is the pink and silver, and then you got a gold and silver. Kind of scary looking, at least from this angle. Hopefully, when they spin it around, when they show you the full 360, doesn't look as scary. But again, people love the chrome collectibles. Obviously, it's a chase item. The first one is only 850 editions. The next one is 340 editions. This is very scarce when it comes to if they're able to onboard a bunch of Blackpink fans. So again, they're going to have to be onboarded. They're going to have to learn how the whole process works. Are they going to be discouraged if the Veve fam is able to take all the drops from them? Like, what's their thought process going to be? Because you have all these experts in the space who are used to the crafting. They understand how it's going to go. Again, this might be waitlist. I don't know exactly what the dynamic is going to be when it comes to crafting, because you have more cards than available crafts. I think typically in the past, if you had the ability to craft, you were able to craft and you would get it guaranteed. Now it looks like it's going to be a race to get it. I don't know exactly how it's going to play out, because I don't believe we've had anything like this where the limit was less than the available for crafting.
Yeah, it's an interesting dynamic. You might have some upset people that they spent the money, they weren't able to craft one of these.
Can you imagine?
It's going to happen. It will happen. And I think that the fact that that one card is jet fuel already, now you got double the jet fuel. We're going for a long flight here now, because this is like what the speculators have been dreaming of. The way that this drop was hyped so far. I think new users or not, I don't think you need new users. I think that the existing 2,000 Veve users that currently exist here right now, that are super involved in every drop, I think that they are convinced that this is the drop that they need to go for, because of the scarcity of the ultimate craft, which are these 2 collectibles right here. And there's going to be a race to get this collectible. So you're going to have people, I think, potentially doing 2 sets, 3 sets, 4 sets to try to stack this collectible because they think that it will ultimately sell out and the demand for it will outweigh what they spent. So I wouldn't be surprised if you have some of the whales in the community coming for multiples of these. And I think this is a drop that is designed. It really is designed to play the game. We saw this before with Thanos, with the gauntlet. It just seems that, it's a little bit more, I guess, scarce. Remember back then they had way more collectibles. We saw what it did to the, it wasn't the Spectre. It was, what was it called? The Ether, right? The Ether. Yeah. We saw what it did to the Ether price. As long as crafting is available, these really do, in terms of price action, these things really do move. So I think it's going to be a very interesting drop to watch. It's an exciting drop. I think you're going to have a lot of the existing speculators on Veve right now participating in this. As for the new users, I think you're definitely going to have some conversion. I'd be surprised if it's none. Like, you're going to have some new users coming onto the Veve app to go for these collectibles because they're going to buy it just because it's Blackpink, right? It's backed by their favorite band. But in terms of longevity, I'm not really sure there's enough there to keep them in the app? Because from Reddit, I don't know if you want to pull it up now, Joe. Go ahead. What the kind of feedback is?
I mean, we were just doing some research, trying to see what we wanted to see what people not inside the Veve community thought about the drop. Obviously, very interested in seeing what outsiders think about the space in general. And again, do not suggest that you go and read most of this because it appears that the space in general and it's just an NFT thing. People don't want to be involved with NFTs. So again, that for me doesn't really affect my opinion. If people don't like NFTs or they don't like NFTs, some people are going to be a lot harder to convince. It's when people were kind of interested and then they were talking about, okay, and then they give their reasonings, right? So is this NFTs? NFTs are bad enough on their own. But last time I checked, it's 2024. Who on earth still sees NFTs as a real investment or product worth anything? If the collectibles have some sort of real value, like, I don't know, coming with a song purchase or something, then I could see this, but it's just whatever. So basically, saying kind of something that been preaching for a while here is bring some utility, get some people out who aren't interested in the space interested. This was a great opportunity because you have so many eyeballs that are potentially looking at the app right now. AR might be the thing for Veve, and that might be what people want to do and want to see. But I think if there was any other type of utility they would have been able to provide when it comes to digital or something like that, and maybe they still could do that down the line. But I would hate to see people come to the space, first of all, miss out on the drop or spend like 300 gems, not figure out how to craft. Like, I hope that they have a whole educative series. I know My Collectibles probably put something out on that, but I think they have to make sure that there's a fair shot for these new users. I saw that the MCP target, it moved from 50% to 25%. So they're allocating more to the general public, which is a good thing in my opinion, because especially if this is your push to bring in new users, you want them to be able to have a chance to get it. Obviously, a longer wait list period, 12 hours. So you don't have to be in there half an hour before. You can just join the wait list and wait and see if you get in. So that's another good thing. I wonder if it's going to be a problem with the KYC. I'm not sure if that has to happen for them to go for this drop. If that is, I can see that being a limiting factor. Not sure where they've been with that. Obviously, we've been KYC for so long now. We don't know where in the process that is to happen. And if it's required, I remember hearing different things, different time periods of when KYC was required. I remember hearing all the way up until if you're going to use the marketplace, you don't have to KYC. And I remember people saying if you're just joining, you need KYC. So I don't know where that is in the timeline either. But
it's a good question.
That would be another limiting factor as well. So I'm hoping, fingers are crossed, that this advertising and all this money spent for the advertising is put to good use and that they can bring the people in and they stay here and they enjoy. I'm not sure, though, if them being in the app and looking around at the other IPs is enough, because I don't know that Blackpink fans are that diverse in their love of fandoms. I feel like these guys are just all in on Blackpink. So I hope that they're able to make that matter and keep them here, because that's what everybody wants here. We want more users.
Yeah, you know what, Joel? We should extend the marketing. I got softball tomorrow. I think I'm going to make it one of my walkout songs. I think I'm going to walkout song. I'm going to go get a Blackpink song.
How you like that?
I'm gonna get one of those. I'm gonna make my walkout song a Blackpink song. We'll be like, yo, what is that? What song are you playing right now? I'll be like, guys, go on Veve. Go on Veve. But let us know in the comments below. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that this Blackpink drop is going to be something that will sell out? Do you think that is definitely going to bring in new users? Do you think that this is going to be groundbreaking for Veve? What do you think about anything that we said? Let us know in the comments below. If you haven't already, don't forget, become a superstar, smash subscribe button, enjoy the super fan, hit the bell notifications to get every single video every single day. Also, to Superstar VIP, $200 a month, Starbucks, your name, ask your spreadsheet. Anyways, guys, thank you so much. Take care. See you next one. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.